Hello my friends, welcome to FHP Books. I have been writing some books about cinema, mainly about cinema, not only but mostly about cinema, and you can find my books on my Amazon website and of course on my website fhpbooks.com. I started writing film reviews around 2006-2007 and during the years I was compiling all my film reviews. At first I published my film reviews in my native language, which is Spanish, in my original Spanish speaking blog, and from 2019 onwards I have been publishing my film reviews as books, as compilations of film reviews, of film analysis, film critics on Amazon. I don't usually write about modern movies, I don't usually write about modern films, about modern Hollywood blockbusters that are now in the theaters. I prefer to write about some classic movies, about some older classics by my favorite directors, like for instance Alfred Hitchcock, or Stanley Kubrick, or Sergio Leone, or Akira Kurosawa. These are among my favorite directors. I have more. I will talk more about that on my website. I will talk more about that on my film reviews. But for you to have an overview of my works, these are among my favorite directors from the better known ones. There are also other film directors that I like very much that are not so well known by the great public, by the masses. Besides that, I specialized in some genre movies, in some niches from movies, like for instance the Giallo, which is the Italian kind of thriller, the Italian kind of suspense movie. I have published a book about Gialli, about Giallo movies, which are the Italian kind of thriller made by filmmakers like for instance Dario Argento, Lucio Fulci and so on. I will talk more about this fascinating kind of movies. Also about Italo-Western, about the Italo-Western, spaghetti Western kind of films that are the Italian version of the American original Western. And also about, I like very much Japanese cinema, Japanese movies, particularly from the 60s and 70s, samurai films. For instance, the Satoichi saga with great actor Shintaro Katsu. I have compiled a book with all my Satoichi reviews, all the movies of the saga starring Shintaro Katsu, this Chambara saga, Jitai Geki, samurai movies made by, among others, directors like Kenji Misumi. All these movies are reviewed in my book. I have also compiled a book about the Lone Wolf and Cub saga, Lone Wolf and Cub and other samurai stories from cinema and TV. I also have written a book about mafia films, especially about the Italian and Italian-American mafia, the original Cosa Nostra, where I chronologically review some classics from this great genre from the 30s, like for instance the original Scarface from 1932 by Howard Hawks with Paul Mooney, to the most recent mafia movies, like for instance The Irishman by Martin Scorsese, which is from 2019. So in this book you will find reviews of this topic, of these mafia and organized crime movies, in chronological order. If you are interested in B-movies, I also like to write about them. You will find some of these reviews already in my website, but I have also prepared a compilation of the movies by El Santo, the Mexican wrestler El Santo, which is like a kind of superhero figure in Mexico. So some of them are very good, even technically and artistically, while others are more what we could consider B-movies. But this character, Santo, is very interesting, also in the sociological sense, so I try to explore that in my book. Many movies, as you probably know, are based in real facts. So in my reviews, I try to compare what we see in the movie, what we see in the film, the story, with the real events that inspired the movie. That is particularly so in my book about mafia films, because many important well-known mafia movies are based in real facts. For instance, the story of Goodfellas by Martin Scorsese from 1990, the story of Casino, also by Martin Scorsese from 1995. These movies, these mafia films, these gangster films are based in true events. Also in The Godfather we see some real events in the background. They are not that much present because The Godfather is based in a novel, but in the background we see some stuff that was going on at the time, like for instance the Cuban Revolution in the second part of The Godfather, or all this scandal with the Vatican Bank in the third part of The Godfather. So I talk also about this stuff in my reviews, so to analyze, to compare, to put the story of the movie in context, because I think that's important to understand some facts that maybe the filmmakers want to tell us. So, dear friends, thank you very much for your attention, and take a look at my website fhpbooks.com, and see you in the next time. Bye!